All right, nailed it. We're going to talk about the design and redesign of nail clippers. Our group includes myself, Tyler Wolf, Snehal Solani, and Yuka Higuchi. So here we go.
So here you can see the typical nail clipper. This tool has the primary purpose of cutting through fingernails and toenails. These nail clippers are required to cut through the thickness of fingernails and toenails. They must also be portable and compact to allow for easy transport or storage, and they must also be waterproof so that they are easy to clean. The major components of this tool are a lever and two jaws, and the jaws are concaved and sharpened with the intention to cut through the nail. Potential market, there are currently 891 patents for an ergonomic nail clipper. However, most of these sit at a price point of about $10 or higher, and we have found that the choice of nail clippers is highly dependent on the cost because there is no single product design necessary. The tool just must be able to cut nails, and since there is minimal risk involved, the choice of the nail clippers is highly dependent on the cost. So we aim to redesign an ergonomic nail clipper that costs about $3 to $5.
So before we can jump into the design, it's important to figure out who our users are and to describe them. And so you might think, hey, it's pretty much everyone, right? Well, that's not exactly true. We can separate people into two groups, those who can and do use nail clippers and those who can't or don't. So most people between the ages of 10 and 65 can and do use nail clippers. It's not required that they have a dominant left or right hand. Nail clippers can work with either hand, and it's just kind of a requirement for the user to have healthy nails, which is why in the group who can't use nail clippers, nail patella syndrome is included. Other issues people may have include arthritis, essential tremors, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, and spinal cord injuries. And all of these make using nail clippers a difficult or almost impossible feat, which is why those users are excluded. And that brings us to about 180.6 million people just in the United States who can use nail clippers. And this is a pretty big number because there's no skill requirement or special requirements of users to use nail clippers. Nail clippers are very accessible to novices and people who've never used them before. Again, it's not required that the user be right or left-handed. Anyone, regardless of their dominant hand, can use nail clippers. And this category obviously includes a bunch of people, 180.6 million.
With the user fully described, we want to then move on to a task analysis, and more specifically a hierarchical task analysis of using a nail clipper to cut the nail, so we can get a better idea of where some of the issues might be. The task of using a nail clipper can be broken down into 5 main subtasks, which include opening the nail clipper or pivoting out the lever so it's in a position where it can be depressed to close the jaws of the nail clipper. The second main step is to position the hand to use the nail clipper. The third is to position the fingernail to be cut. The fourth is finally depressing that lever so that way you can cut through the nail. And the fifth is closing the nail clipper after you're all finished by rotating the handle. And these can lead to awkward wrist posture. You can have not enough view of where you're working. This can lead to injury in some extreme cases, and you also have a chance to slip or drop the nail clipper.
So here's a SOLIDWORKS model of the current design. It has all the issues that were listed earlier. We decided to make a SOLIDWORKS model for the modified design. It includes a grip to prevent slippage from occurring, and the grip is deformable, so not all the forces that are exerted on the grip are returned to the fingers and the hand. The modified design also has jaws on the lateral side, allowing a better view of the hand, enhancing the cognitive and perceptual functions for the user. The specifications of the clamps and jaws can be seen here. They're based off of an existing model of nail clippers, and in manufacturing, these dimensions can be changed. Here are the specifications for the lever, which includes the grip addition. So there are several implications to manufacturing with a modified design. First, the jaws have to be filed on the lateral side of the clamps, which may necessitate the development of a new protocol. Something that would increase the cost of the device itself would be the adhesive and the foam rubber used for the grip addition. And lastly, there would need to be an investment for different dies that would be necessary because the contours of the clamps are different now that the jaws are positioned on the lateral side. We weren't able to address all the human factors issues with the nail clippers because we wanted our design to be marketable, meaning with a low price. However, some future considerations include addressing the grip, making clamp lengths variable, making the grip span the entire surface of the lever, and having adjustable jaw sizes so one set of jaws can be compatible with various nail sizes. In conclusion, we nailed it. It's cutting-edge technology.